Yes, sir.
Hi, Ji.
How you doing?
Hmm. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Hey. Okay, Ji. Okay. Okay. The your time is 8:30 p.m.
We're so busy. My time is 9 p.m. already.
9 p.m. Okay, okay. Let's
9:07. Yeah.
okay, okay. Let's start. Otherwise, you will feel sleepy. I know that I can remember when I was doing my advanced level exam. After the interval, I was sleepy all every
Yeah.
day. Same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Okay, let me share my screen now. Okay.
You didn't you didn't send what you were supposed to send.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, I'll send it. Wait a minute. I have the email. I forget it. Not forget it. Actually, I was pretty much busy yesterday.
Hmm.
Yeah, IPSec. Mhm. IPSec. Oh, after session, I'll be sending because otherwise I'm just using that time for sharing these
Yeah,
things.
of course. No
After
problem.
session, I'll be sending because we are not going to watch it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let me log into my remote EM. My kid is crying because he has to go to nursery.
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
this is my remote VM. Remote, not VM, remote laptop. My okay. So let me start the VMware workstation here. Right. Start. Actually, my today plan is so initially we are completing the IPSec. The initial IPSec that we started yesterday.
Hmm.
Palo Alto IPSec based using the pre-shared key when it comes to phase one, and then we
Hmm.
are going for certificate-based authentication. And after the first, IPSec, actually, I can go for, I can show you how to install. Let me connect my mic, because I'm talking using my
Okay.
of mic. Let me,
All
let
right.
me start this thing and go my, my, uh, my event as well. Otherwise, it takes time. Okay, here, 2.671. Okay, we log out and otherwise. It's fine. Let me boot. Start. Start. Okay. Let me go to my this one. This is my remote PM, and let me start the client as well. Give me okay, one moment, Jay.
Yeah. Are you hear me?
Oh, my God. Okay. Okay, Jay, you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I. Okay, so where's my. Okay, it's here. So let me start. Lecture taking 192.168.1.100. The Palo. This is and the remote Palo is 192.168.1.199. So the two Palo. Okay, let me get my whiteboard till that Palo coming arm. So let me just give you the basic idea about this network. So let me find right. Okay. So actually, we tried this setup. Okay, let me get this actual diagram and see. Okay, here actually our yesterday plan was to we have a remote laptop, and within the laptop we have a Palo firewall, and it is IP connectivity is with my Wi-Fi router here. Let's say this is the Wi-Fi router, and so actually our plan is to communicate with this within this behind this Palo Alto firewall we have a web server, and we need to communicate from this machine to this web server securely using IPSec. So that is our plan. So yesterday we created the phase 1 within this firewall, I guess. Yeah, it's not yet up. It is we call. Let me log. Okay, it's fine. Let me log in here. We call it our EU firewall, and the second firewall is we call the remote firewall. I think we changed the host names. Yeah, PAVM EVNG, and this is here. Okay. Oh, here. Let me this. Okay. Here when it comes to network tab, so we have these. IK gateways. So we configured this IK gateway. So this is the gateway within the EVNG firewall. We have IP version 2, and this is our local IP, and this is the remote peer IP, and this is my pre-shared key, and this is my transfer. The phase 1 proposals. So that means encryption algorithm, hashing algorithm, the Diffie-Hellman key exchange, and also the key lifetime. Actually, Jay, here also we have key lifetime, but the thing is, this key lifetime is only for this, the phase 1 keys, not for the actual data encryption keys. So that is it. Okay. Okay. So then, we yesterday we tried to configure the remote side. But I think let's finish this first, because we have to configure one firewall. Okay, IK gateway, that is fine. So then let me go to IPsec now. This is actually here I'm configuring the phase 2. Let me add on Zoom. Okay. Okay. Let me put, let's say, IPsec and tunnel interface here. Actually, Jay, so I told you that when it comes to our Cisco configuration, we are going to configure the policy-based VPN, right? IPsec VPN. I told you we have two types. We have we have we have route base, and we have route base and policy base. So here, when it comes to route base, actually we need to have a tunnel interface. When it comes to Palo Alto terms, we say tunnel interface. When it comes to Cisco terms, we say VTI. VTI, virtual tunnel interface. VTI, virtual
Okay.
tunnel interface. Because in Cisco terms, also Linux terms as well. Because in Linux also we say, sorry, Linux terms also VTI. Here we simply say tunnel interface. And when it comes to this tunnel interface, normally we do not use IP addresses. We don't need IP addresses for the IPs. We don't need IPs. But let's say if you are going to configure routing protocols. So for example, let's say if you are going to configure dynamic routing protocols, let's say OSPF for BGP, then we need to have a IP address configured here. So actually, once we are done with OSPF, I will show how to configure, how to advertise these routing protocols through the IPsec tunnels, because it's a pretty much used within these production environments. Because actually, let me give you one example. Actually, I did a project with one of the clients who's a software development company. Actually, they had in my country, they are having office, and also Ukraine, and also Netherlands, and Colombia. Actually, they're having this network IPsec, using IPsec tunnels, and
For
actually they
the
are,
for the
sorry,
four of them, for the four offices,
sorry.
they are using IPsec for the four offices.
Yeah, they're using, they're connected using IPsec tunnels.
Okay.
This Sri Lankan office, and Ukraine, and this is Colombia, and this is Netherlands. Actually, it's a Netherlands-based company. This is the head office, and using IPsec tunnels, and they are advertising routes using OSPF. This network is OSPF. OSPF, and actually it was an existing SATA, but the thing is, actually they had not the Palo Alto, they had Linux IP tables. IP tables as a firewall, Linux firewall, and they use, when it comes to this OSPF, the routing protocol, they have something called bird daemon. Actually, that's the first time that I heard about this bird daemon. Then I had to learn that, and I had to migrate from the bird daemon to the Palo Alto. So using within the bird daemon, actually they had OSPF configuration, and also when it comes to this office, they had BGP as well within the bird daemon. So they use BGP for, because they're having some servers hosted here. I just gave you idea, because using IPsec tunnels, actually we can connect all the offices all around the world, and after that actually we can use routing protocol in order to advertise routes, because otherwise we have to put manually, right? So there's redundancy. Okay, that's it. Okay, so then tunnel interface. We actually today we are not going to configure an IPs. When it
Okay.
comes to tunnel, oh, tell me, Jeff.
You said the only time we use a IP for tunnel interface is when? Is when we are using OSPF?
Yeah. When it comes to tunnel interfaces, Jay, we are using IPs only when we are using dynamic routing protocols. So
Dynamic
that means,
routing.
dynamic routing protocols. Let's say that example. Actually, let me get that same thing, because in this case, these officers have IPsec tunnels. These are IPsec, and when we are configuring, these tunnel interfaces for IPsec. So since we are using dynamic routing protocol, let's say the OSPF, so we need to have IP address here, because so when it comes to dynamic routing protocols, actually they advertise these networks. Let's say my country network, say let's say network A is going to advertise it to all the other officers, and then within the routing table, actually we need to have a next stop IP, right? Because let's say this Colombia office, this firewall should know, okay, if I want to reach network A, to which next stop I should send traffic. So because of that, actually, when it comes to IPsec tunnels, associated with some dynamic routing protocol like OSPF, BGP, or EIGRP or something. So then we have to have IP address. Otherwise, actually, we don't need any IP addresses. Okay. Here, since we are not configuring routing protocols at this moment, I'm not going to put any IPs here. Okay, let me put the tunnel interface ID, and then the virtual router is default and security is on. Here, let me create a security zone. Let's say IPSec. You can put, let's say, whatever the required security zone. I'm just going to put IPSec. Okay, IPSec zone. Actually, that's it because we don't need IPs. I think you can remember we configured this global protect tunnel interface. So it is also using the IPsec. I told you that when it comes to encryption, the global protect uses IPsec. So in that case also, we didn't put any IP addresses there. Okay, this is the tunnel interface. And then actually we have to select this is the gateway we configured. And IPsec crypto profile. Actually, we are using, let's say for the moment, let's use the default one. I can just go and show you the profile here. I had to show you one thing here. When it comes to this thing, see proxy IDs. These are
Yeah.
proxy IDs. Actually, I think it's better if I can explain what is proxy IDs here. The thing is, what happens is, okay. What happens is I told you that when it comes to VPNs, we have route-based and policy-based. So when it comes to route-based, actually, what happens is, let's say this is the let's say this is the data. These are the data that we need to encrypt using IPsec, right? So here, what happens is, let's say this is the gateway, and let's say this is outgoing, because we are sending this information or the data outgoing direction, and this is the second gateway. So actually, when it comes to this gateway, this data is incoming direction, right? In this gateway perspective, this is outgoing. In this gateway direction, this is incoming. These two are actually VPN gateways. VPN gateways. Okay, so then what happens is, because actually we need these basics, otherwise no point of just giving you the configuration steps. Okay, the thing is, when it comes to route-based VPNs, like Palo Alto, route-based VPNs, what happens is actually we are going to put a route, because I told you that we have a tunnel interface, right? Let's say this is the tunnel interface. Let's say the tunnel interface, and actually we are going to tell, okay, if you are sending some traffic to, let's say this network, let's say this is the encryption domain, right? This is encryption domain. I told you when it comes to IPsec, we have something called encryption domain. So domain means actually the traffic which we need IPsec treated, right? Because actually we have to define which traffic should be IPsec treated. I told you IPsec treated means I cannot tell IPsec encrypted, because the reason is actually this direction, because this direction actually IPsec encrypted, right? Because this firewall of the VPN gateway is going to encrypt this traffic. It is going to encrypt this traffic this way. But actually, when it comes to this firewall or the VPN gateway, it is incoming direction, right? It is going to decrypt this traffic. See, because actually this VPN gateway should know, okay, which traffic should be decrypted. So that means when it comes to both the scenarios, encryption and decryption, in this direction, this is encryption. And this direction, actually, when it comes to this VPN gateway, this is decryption. Okay, so that means IPsec treated, right? We have to treat IPsec. We have to treat using IPsec. So here this IP, the encryption. Here this is the IP encryption domain in this VPN gateway, and this is the encryption domain behind this VPN gateway.
Yep.
Okay, so then so here we can tell if you are reaching this network, if you are reaching this network or this encryption domain, please send this traffic through this tunnel, because this is a route-based VPN. We had to
Yeah.
tell, okay, put this traffic into this tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And here when it comes to this network, so this network also when actually this network is receiving, or this VPN gate is receiving, or this VPN gate is the gateway's egress. Ingress. Yeah,
Ingress.
ingress. Ingress interface would be the tunnel interface,
Yep.
because it's going to receive traffic through this interface,
Yep.
tunnel interface. Okay, so then actually that is the way we send traffic, or we treat traffic IPsec. We treat using IPsec. In route-based VPNs, we put a route actually. We put a route. I'll show you here.
Yeah.
That is route-based VPN. So when it
That's
comes
what I was waiting
to
for you to say. So
yeah,
where do we put the route? We put the route on the fire
yeah,
on the
firewall. Yeah, I'll
boat's
show you. Yeah,
firewall.
yeah, Jay, so that's true. So because we are putting the route, because this firewall is a route-based VPN. But when it comes to policy-based VPNs, actually we do not put a route. What we do is we have that's called policy-based VPN, right? That's called let's say policy-based VPN.
That's
Actually,
when
what is
a
we can
router
just
is involved.
yeah, we can put a policy. We can put a policy. Within the policy, actually we have source network and the destination network. Within the
Mm-hmm.
policy we have source network and destination network, so that means it includes the encryption domain, because this is the encryption domain from this end, and this is the encryption domain from the remote end.
Yeah.
So actually, when we are configuring Palo Alto firewall IPsec with VPN, the policy-based VPN, let's say this is IPsec tunnel. In order to adhere with this concept, we are putting this proxy ID. Proxy ID means actually the encryption domain. Proxy
Okay.
ID means we can put, okay, this is my local network, and this is a remote network. So actually, in order to adhere with this policy-based VPNs, actually we have to put this. So today I'm doing this with Cisco router. So then I can show you. Don't worry. Uh,
But
and
route base we don't need do the
no, we
proxy
don't need
ID.
proxy IDs, yeah, because now we are going to configure this IPsec tunnel with the remote Palo Alto firewall. Since both the
Mm.
firewalls are route-based VPNs, actually we don't have to put proxy IDs. It is not required actually, because otherwise what happens is if we are configuring
Yeah,
uh,
you were trying to explain what proxy ID is.
yeah, proxy IDs is actually just the encryption domain, but actually we
Okay.
don't have to define it here, because actually
Yeah.
uh, we are defining it within the route. Actually, in
Yeah.
route-based VPNs we are defining it within the route, because
Okay.
actually within the route we are telling, okay, this is a remote encryption domain. But when it
Okay.
comes to policy-based forwarding, not forwarding, policy-based VPNs, we are not having a route. In that
Mm-hmm.
case, we are just putting a policy. We are saying, okay, this is the source and this is the destination. Based on the policy, it's going to treat that traffic IPsec, using IPsec.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so let me. Yeah. Okay, at this moment, I'm not configuring the proxy IDs, because I'm configuring with the route-based VPN, the remote one. Okay, now this is fine. And then here I have
So
to
have
go
you
to
configured the tunnel interface?
yeah, tunnel interface. Actually, I created it from using this interface, right? But I can go to network tab and interfaces. This is the tunnel tab, and this is the interface. Okay, I'll show you how to create it from here. If you want to create it here, it also can be done. You can just put a name. Actually, this is a ID. Actually, let's say 5, and here you can select the virtual router, and you can select the security zone. So here I'm using IPsec. And also here, Jay, one thing, you can have when it comes to this IPsec tunnel interface security zone, you can have a separate security zone, no problem. But let's say
Okay.
for some requirement, I don't know what's that requirement, but because I'm giving this idea, so then you can use IPsec for any requirement. So let's say if you are going to have some requirement that you don't want to put a security rule, you don't want to put a, let's say you have a requirement, let's say your management says we need to have IPsec tunnel, but we cannot put security rule. We have to just allow it by default. So in that case, what you can do is, let's say your server or something is in the trust zone, you can just put this uh, tunnel interface within the trust zone. So what happens is this traffic is going to be allowed by inter-zone default rule. Because both of your let's say you have this where's my cursor? Okay, let's say you have this firewall here, and this is your trust zone. Uh, trust zone, and let's say this is your untrust, and okay, and let's say first scenario is, let's say you are going to have a let's say this is the tunnel interface. Let's say this tunnel interface, you are going to put it into the, let's say, IPsec zone. So what happens is traffic is receiving through the tunnel interface. I'm sorry. Through the tunnel interface, traffic is receiving from through this interface. I mean ingress, and so we have to have a security role, because actually this traffic is from IPsec zone to IPsec zone to trust zone, is interzone, right? Interzone, sorry, interzone. This traffic should be interzone. So then you have to have a security rule in order to allow this traffic. But let's say for some requirement, if you let's say you want to put a you don't want to put a, let's say there's a requirement, we can't put a security role in order to allow this traffic. So then you can create this tunnel interface within the trust zone. So within the same zone you can create it. This is a tunnel interface. So in that case, actually, you don't need a security rule, because actually this traffic is from trust to trust, trust to trust. See, because actually I can tell you one example because I told you this, I explained this scenario actually. In certain cases, what happens is, some traffic is internal traffic. So some organization internal traffic, and sometimes actually we have a limitation. So when it comes to Palo firewalls, so that scenario that I told you, that we deployed a firewall within these 4 countries and had IPsec tunnels and OSPF. So in that case, actually they had the firewall. The model was I think 820, the PA 820. And but this firewall has, I can remember exact role limit, but there was a role limit, and we had a problem because actually in that organization they had so many roles. Because of that, actually we had to reduce that number of roles, because otherwise we cannot put because when it comes to Palo to hardware firewall and VM and both, we have a role number of role limitation for the number of roles. So, but I'm not telling that since that limitation, we are going to allow all the traffic between these two sites. Let's say this is some different organization, we can't do that. But let's say we are connecting. Let's say we are connecting, one example. Let's say we are connecting some two trusted site. We can do something like this. I just told you because we have this option. We can put tunnel interface whatever the zone, and based on the zone only you have to put a role. If it's an interzone traffic, you can just keep it without putting security role, just for your information. Okay, so now let me go and do the config. Sorry. Okay, here this is the way actually we are creating the tunnel interface.
Which interface did you choose now?
Sorry.
The tunnel interface. Won't you choose an inter? Okay. Okay, so you are not going to touch the IPv4 and advanced?
No. Yeah, we are not going to put any IPv4 because actually we are putting IPv4 only if we want to enable dynamic routing protocols here within this tunnel.
Okay.
Otherwise we don't have to put IPv4 addresses for tunnel interface.
Okay.
Okay, so then in advanced tab here, actually we don't put any management profile in this case. And also when it comes to when we are putting IP addresses also we don't need, but in order to check the connectivity between these two locations, actually we can put ping profile. But here actually we don't put, since we do not have IPs, because actually we can't ping tunnel interfaces because since we do not have IP, right? So in order to ping, we need to have a IP address. So
Yeah.
here we didn't configure that. So here this is my tunnel interface, and this is important. You can see we have two red dots, right?
Yeah.
So here, because most people think so, since this is the first dot and this is the second dot, this is the phase one. Because same thing happened to me as well for earlier days. Phase one and this is phase two. No,
Mm.
actually this is the phase one, phase two. Because see the tunnel info. Tunnel means actually actual encrypted traffic. Tunnel info. IKE means Internet Key Exchange Protocol. Internet Key Exchange Protocols. That is the phase one. Actually, this is the phase one. So I told you that day. So sometimes in certain scenarios, you can see this is down, but this is up. That is totally fine. That is totally fine. So let me tell you. Let's say because this is the phase one. This is the phase one. And this is the phase two. So that means this means this is just for your key materials encryption for the phase two. And but this phase two is actual traffic encryption. So you can see one scenario, this is up, this is down. This is totally fine. But if it's
Yep.
going to be sub this situation, it's problem. Let's say this is up, this is up, this is down. So this is a problem because you actually nothing to do with the phase one, because actually we cannot send traffic through the phase one. If this is down, you cannot communicate through IPsec. This should be up anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a scenario. And okay, so then oh, okay, so then okay, this is fine. So let me go to my second then let me put the route. Let me go to virtual router, default virtual router, static routes. This is the place where I okay, before the route, I had to do one thing, Jay. So we have to let me go here. Before the route, I had to do one thing. So what happens? Oh, okay. Here actually, I had to show you the difference between this side, because today I'm going to capture this traffic, because I just can show you this by configuring these two locations, and I can just this up the IPsec, but it is not it should not be the way, right? So here initially what we can do is actually we should be able to see the difference of this traffic actually before the IPsec and after IPsec. So in order to do that, Jay, actually I need to have what you call I need to capture traffic. So in order to capture within EVNG, what we can do is we can just right click and we can capture, and I can select whatever the interface I need this traffic captured. But the thing is, see that I don't get anything here, right? So in order to do that, what I had to do is, but let's say if you have Wireshark installed within this machine, then you will be able to see the Wireshark is going to be pop up. But even though Wireshark is here, you cannot see any traffic within the Wireshark. So in order to do that, you have to go to let's say Google EVNG client pack. So we have EVNG client pack. We have to install it within your one as well. We have to go to downloads, EVNG client pack. So here, see this one. So Windows integration pack. We need to download this Windows integration pack. So let me download it here. I think I have that. Okay. Yeah, I think I have already downloaded it. Because actually I
Yeah.
removed it in order to show you. Let me get it from my downloads. Downloads. This one. So let me install it first, because actually I want you to see the difference between these two traffic. Okay, this is my client pack. Next. Actually, we have these things, these packages within this client pack. Because actually we didn't need this, because since we use the native console within the native console means here actually when we are logging we select native console, not native console, HTML5 console. Because of that, actually when we click on the routers, actually we are getting this CLI, the console within the browser. Actually you confuse first day, right? We got the console, when I click, so I'm getting the console here within the browser itself. But if you're using this native console, what happens is we need these PuTTY and VNC and all in order to get these consoles. But because of that, we didn't need this. But now, in order to do packet captures, we need it actually. Let me install. Default options are pretty much okay. Okay. Oh no. Or also would like to install first. I says okay. Anyway, I have Wireshark previous session, but let me uninstall and install the whatever the this pack provided one, because otherwise there can be issues. Okay, it won't take that much time, just few minutes. Okay, it's fine. Okay, finish. Okay, now fine. But what I can do is let me try to capture now. Capture, and let's say the outside interface. See, it says it's going to open this application, that is Wireshark wrapper.bat. Let me open and see, I got it. But actually, Jay, you can see I don't see any traffic, right? But
Yep.
let me do something. Let me initiate a ping from here. Let me open the console, the router console, and enable. Let's ping internet 8.8.8. I think the keyword is repeat, I guess. Yeah. In order to continuous ping, you can use repeat and number count. Let's say 1,000 times I want to ping. See, it's pinging, right? But let me go to Wireshark. See, I don't see any traffic. It is not capturing. So the reason is, I'll show you how to configure that. Initially, you have to close this, and you have to go to your computer file browser. And here, you have to go to, let's say, you have to go to this PC and your C drive.
Yep.
Then you have to go to program files. Within program files, you can see EVNG folder. Since we install our client pack, we have this, and we have something called this one, Wireshark wrapper.bat. We have to edit this using whatever the editing this text editor. And see, here we have the EVNG username and the password, root username and the password. So my password is actually not Eve. My password is Cisco. You have to put the password here. So you have to save it. But the unfortunate the thing is actually you can do it since it's within the Windows folder. So what you can do is actually you can open this using run as administrator. So let me get this as run as administrator. Notepad, run as administrator. Yes. Okay. Now I can save it. Save. Now fine. Now I should be able to see the traffic. So let me try to capture. This is finished, right? 1,000 times. Yeah. Okay, let me start it. Now let me go here and let me right click and capture, and my the outside interface is this. Open. Uh, see, now I can see traffic. See,
Mhm.
now I can capture traffic within this EVNG network. See, I see this the ICMP request from 192.168.1.25 to 8888, and ICMP reply from 888 to 192.168.1.254. So these are the echo requests and echo replies, that is ping. Okay, so that way we can capture traffic. So let me stop this, and also let me stop this ping. Oh, okay. How can I stop it? Oh, okay. Let it be. Okay, no problem. Okay, so then what I can do is just so here let me draw this part. Okay, here I have this VPN gateway, and here I think I already. So let me get that here. Which one? Okay, I think this one. Okay, this is the network, right? So this is network, and here I have this. This is my web server, and this is I'm using this as my client, and I need to access this client. So let's say I'm accessing without IPsec. Initially, let's try to ping this and check whether we have the connectivity between these two, because
Mhm.
previously we checked the connectivity between this gate to these two gateways, these 2 points, in order to build the IPsec. But here actually I need to check whether I can because I just want to directly contact this in order to do a packet capture, right? So what I can do is let me go here. Mm, okay, let me log in here. This is my web server, and let me go to web server. Mm, this is not this one. Sorry, sorry. Okay, this is the web server, and actually we can do a practical thing. What I can do is I can go to my I think I have a web server, sudo systemctl status apache 2. Uh, yeah, I have a web server running here. So let me go to web server folder. This is the folder, and I have these I have these default default web page, and let me move it into a backup. Let me remove it actually. Let me to html.txt or something. Okay, I'm sorry. Sudo mv index.html and index.html.all, and let me just create a, let's say index.html. I'm just creating a web page, the basic one, html, and let's say sorry, html, and here let's say title, sorry, title, and let's say title should be within head, let's say head, and head, and okay, and title, let's say title, and let's say this is logging, and let's me create the body, uh, body, and let's say body, sorry, and here let's say I'm going to have just a, let's say a username, and I'm going to have input type equals txt, sorry, input type equals txt, and okay, and let's say name equals username. Well, I think that is fine, I guess. And let's say this is a password, and let's say input type equals password, that is input type field, and let's say name equals password. Okay, we have this we have this web page. Let me save it, check, because actually I just want to be practical. What file name to write? Okay. God. I'm sorry. Oh God. Mm, I didn't open it using sudo. How can I do this? I type it again. Control X. No. Less. Sorry, less. Sudo nano. Let me create it again quickly. Succession. No, actually, no, I don't need this. I think without body I can do it, because otherwise I'm wasting time. Because these days, these browsers can understand. So let me do this. Input type equals let's say text, and let's fill, and name is let's say username, and this is password, and input type equals password, and let's say name equals password. Okay, this is enough, I guess. Okay, now um, let me try to access this using just from the machine first. Let's say, let me check the IP. My IP is 10.0.150. Okay, let me see using this machine. I think uh, ten zero 150. Yeah, but CPU.cpl. I think here when it comes to this network, this is VMnet 3, right? So VMnet 3, let me change. It is not here. It's from, okay, no problem. Anyway, I should be able to connect it from my remote machine, no issues. Okay, I have the website there. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is let me minimize this, and here I need to ping from this machine to this web server. So that is the basic IP connectivity. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to have the basic IP connectivity. Let me open this, my, let's say this is my client machine, and I'm logging to my client machine. Actually, at this moment, we don't have the IPSec. Okay. Okay, so then now let me get my the command prompt here. And my client machine IP is 10.0.100.50. So that is my encryption domain from the remote end. Ping 10, so 10.0.100.50. I'm just trying to ping, but it seems ping is not working. So what's the reason? So here, unreachable. Let me see my default gateway here, because actually I need to have the basic network connectivity between these two in order to compare these situations. Here, okay, my IP is okay, it's 2050 and 2250. Let me go to my EVNG firewall. My interface is okay, 2254. So that is my the firewall IP. So let me check whether I have the connectivity to the firewall, because since I have a switch, I don't know whether any VLAN issues can be there. Ping 192.1, sorry, 192.168.20.254. I cannot ping, right? So even my gateway is not reachable. So let me check with the switch. Actually, this can be a revision, Jay, because I have no connectivity between the fire, even though it is directly connected using a switch. I don't have connectivity between firewall and the this gateway, firewall and the main machine. Let me see the running configuration. No, let me see the VLANs. So VLAN. Actually, this is one, and this is which interface is this? This is Ethernet, Ethernet 0/2. This is 0/2, and this is Ethernet 0/0. Okay, and this 0/0. Let me see whether it's a trunk. 0/0. Yeah, it is not within a. It is 0/0 is not here, so that means it should be a trunk. Okay, so interface trunk. Yeah, Ethernet 0/0 is a trunk. Native VLAN is one. Okay, okay, okay. It says 20.20. Ethernet 0/2 is a Ethernet 0/2. It's a default VLAN within the default VLAN, right? So it's a native default VLAN means that's a VLAN one. It's a native VLAN. So okay, now let me go and see the trunk now. Show running configuration and section trunk. Okay, okay. Here we don't have this allowed VLAN option. So switchboard trunk encapsulation is there, but we don't have the. Let me put the allowed VLANs here. Of day interface fast Ethernet. Sorry, Ethernet 0/0 switchboard trunk allowed VLAN. Let's say one. I'm just allowing VLAN one here. Like VLAN mask is different. We have LSCP something. One moment. See LSCP because we have our previous configuration. So let me remove that. Show running running. Sorry. So this we have LSCP issue. So what I can do is show running and section. Let's say this should be channel group, right? Yeah, we have channel group one. Let me remove that. Of day. Let me show running configuration. Actually, this is a troubleshooting section interface. Let me see. Okay, within this within which interface Ethernet 0/0. I have the channel group. Let me remove it. Channel group. Let me go to interface 0/0 interface Ethernet 0/0. No, and so I don't need this. Okay. And then also I have Ethernet 0/3 also we have that. Let me remove it. Interface Ethernet 0/3. Sorry, 0/3. No, and the channel group. This one. Because what happened was, channel group means actually these two interfaces should have the same configuration because these are the channel. It's a port channel. So when I change this trunk, this IP VLAN or VLAN thing, so it got there was a inconsistency between the ports and it's suspended. Okay, now I think it should work. See the change status to up. So that means now we should find. I think we should be able to ping. I guess. See now ping is working. See you got it, Jay, right? Adya? Hello? Hello, Jay?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah,
I'm here.
I was sleeping.
I was on mute. No.
Okay, okay. You saw that, right? Because actually,
Yeah.
I had an issue, so I sorted it. Now, okay, I have the connectivity between the client and for the firewall. And let me check whether I have connectivity to www server in order to do a packet capture. That should be
But this is not the tunnel yet.
sorry. No,
This is
not
not the
tunnel. Yeah, this is not the tunnel because actually I need to compare these two because I'm going to get the packet capture with the plain text traffic, and then after that I'm going to get the packet capture with the IPsec
mm,
enable. So
okay.
need to compare that. And also, Jay, that's why I'm doing, when it comes to my sessions, I'm not stick to 2 hours because I need
Yeah.
to, because I have a issue because I need to explain everything because otherwise no
Yeah.
point of just giving you the idea about the IPsec. But the
Yeah.
thing is, when I'm doing that, I'm getting the feeling, that guilty feeling that I'm trying to, you know, use those 2 hours for other things and I'm trying to get paid. I'm getting that guilty feeling. Because of that, I'm normally I'm not stick to 2 hours. That's why
Yep.
I'm doing that because otherwise I cannot teach freely because I
Yeah.
have some plan. When I'm teaching, I have a plan because I have been teaching since 2010. So I have when I'm
Mm,
teaching, I'm getting a plan. So this should be the way to teach. So then only the student should be able to understand the importance and the everything from this. So because of that, I'm not sticking to 2 hours. Don't worry about it. Because
okay.
of that, don't worry. Okay. So then let me try to ping. Sorry. Uh, so actually, when I was doing those sessions with my previous employer, actually I had issues because when I'm doing sessions, let's say it's 3 hours, but I'm doing 4 5 hours. So then they are my office is blaming me. Why are you doing extra hours? We can't do. I have so many situations. Okay, let's 10 0 100 or 50. When it comes to teaching, we can't do that actually. We can't stick to exact hours.
Yep.
Uh, 10 0 150. So say we don't have the connectivity. So let me go to in this case actually I had to think about, okay, I have the connectivity from this machine to this switch. So not switch, my firewall. And from the firewall I had to check whether I have the connectivity. Because I have the route actually to 10 0 50 range, 10 0 100 range. So what I can do is I can just go to firewall. Let me go to firewall. Let me hide this. Hide. Okay. This is my firewall, and let me go to virtual router. Before virtual router, static routes. Okay. Okay, I have the default route. So that means using default route, this firewall should be able to go towards 10 0 100 range because if the firewall doesn't have any specific route, it's going to follow the default route. So that's a logic. Okay, now that is fine. So let me go to next step. This is the my Cisco router. I just want to check whether Cisco router knows where to send this traffic in order to reach 10 0 50 range, to send 10 0 100 range. So let me go to Cisco router. Let me close the switch. Let me go here. Let me go to privilege exec mode and show IP routes. Here I have a default route, but the problem is default route is to my actual default gateway. That is 192.168.1.1. That is my internet, right? Not this one. Not my the next firewall, because actually my network is behind my next firewall or the remote firewall. So then let me put a route here. Let me tell the router, okay, if we want to, if we want to reach IP route, let's say if we want to reach 10.0.100.0 255.255.255.0, you have to send this traffic to my remote firewall public interface. That is, what is my public interface here? That is this one, 192.168.1.203. 192.168.1.203. Okay. Now this is fine because now this router knows where to send this traffic. Now let me see whether I can ping. No, see, still it is not working. So now let me go to my network diagram. This is the way we should troubleshoot with routing issues. Okay, here, this is the one. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Now this is fine. I'm sorry. Okay. Now this is fine. Now this traffic should reach my firewall, right? Okay, let me go to
Yeah.
firewall with the traffic reach here. So, policy, not policy, remote monitor, and it should be from 192.168.20 range, right? Uh, 192.168. So let me do this because I think I'll be able to show you some important thing here. But it is action. Okay, local session is done. But in the zone default, this is not traffic is not logged. Let me go here and enable logging. Let me commit because I just want to see the log in order to troubleshoot this first. So, after troubleshooting this network connectivity, yeah, if you want to go and have some kind of a, vote or something, you get it and come if you are feeling sleepy. So we'll try to finish this IPSec part. Exactly. Actually, I have time. I can do more than 2 hours. At least 3 hours also fine. But I'm going to charge only for 2 hours. Sorry. 98. Now let me see. Let me see the monitor. I can see because this traffic is from this IP is 192.168.20. This source is 192.168.20, and this is going to 10.0.100.50. That is my remote website. Okay, see, this is the one. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. This is 192.168.20.50, and this is my destination. So let me filter it. Okay, now you can see this traffic. Okay, see, it's actually it's denied. See, the traffic is denying from the firewall. So let me allow it. See, it's denying. So let me go to policies and let me put a policy. Because here I'm just going to put any policy. Otherwise, no. Let me put no, not any policy. Because at this moment I'm getting traffic from untrust to trust, right? From the log you can see I'm getting traffic from untrust to trust. This is untrust. This is trust. Okay, so then let me go to policies and let me put a specific policy because I need that. Untrust. Let's say untrust to trust. Allow for the moment. It's not that much meaningful, but let me put that. Let me go source, untrust, and I'm not going to put the source address for the moment. And let me go trust. Okay, action is allowed. Okay, right. Because when the traffic reach this firewall, actually this firewall knows, okay, this traffic is for 10.0.100 range. Actually, that interface is connected to my firewall. So then I can send this traffic to my trust zone because my trust zone has that network 10.0.100 range. If you're feeling sleepy, just let me know, Ajay.
No, I'm okay. I'm looking at it.
You can, because you don't have to worry about the time. You can just go and have a vote and come.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, so then, okay, let me go here, monitor, and till now, like it's not applied. Yes. Still, it's fine. Remote. Okay, now see, now it is allowing. So let me go here, see, but still the ping is not working. So let me go here, the network. Actually, now the problem is actually, oh no, let me do this. Let me go to the firewall and let me see the details of this log. Okay, because this is important. So let me go and let me see. Here, the issue is actually, see, the firewall is getting the response. See, the byte sent is this much and byte received is that much. Actually, we're getting the response from the web server, no problem. But the problem is, let me go here and show you. The problem is actually, let me go to network and let me go to virtual router and actually static routes. And here the thing is, we have the default route, but actually this default route is for internet, right? Because actually this is my Wi-Fi router. Actually, the return traffic cannot follow this path. Now, actually at this moment, it follows this path. The return traffic will go into this router and try to go into the internet, right? But what should happen is I should send this. This is 172 network sound. This is for the gateway reachability. What should happen is this firewall should know, okay, if I want to send the return traffic back to 192.168.20 range, I should send it to here, because actually this network is behind this one, right? Okay, so because then this firewall should send the return traffic back to this point. So then this can come here. So let's do that. Let me go to the firewall and let me add this route. Let's say net or something. Net and your destination is, let's say 10.0.100.0/24. Okay, and the interface should be this one, and my IP should be my router IP. So I think that is 192.168.1.254. That is my router, the public facing interface. Meet.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, so then now it's commit is none. So then let me see whether I can. Okay, we'll wait. Because actually, most of the cases, what happens is, normally, since you are not deploying firewalls, what you have to do troubleshooting. So because of that, you need this part, not just the
Yeah.
configure, because you are not going to most of the cases configure, but you are troubleshoot. Okay, so then let me go here. See, still I can't see the response, right? Okay, let me go to the diagram and let me see what's the problem. Okay. Okay, now I saw that the return traffic is coming to the firewall, and I told the firewall, okay, so then if you want to reach this network, please send it to this location. Okay, that's fine. But I have a doubt whether this router knows about this network. So let me go and see whether it has any route about 10.0 network. Let me go to router and so IP route. Actually, see, this firewall doesn't have, no, this 100 network, this 10.100 means, yeah, it has, right? I think 192.167.203 1000. 1.203 means what is that? 1.203. Not sure. I cannot remember what is that IP. 192. Okay. This is okay. This is 100 network, right? Right. We put that, right? Because that is 100 network. That is this network. We just put it. This network. Few minutes ago, we put that route because in order to reach this network, we asked route, okay, send it to this place. Okay, now fine. But actually, this route doesn't have about this network, 192.168.20 network, right? So let me go here. Yeah, 20 network is not here, right? Yeah, 20 network is not here. So then I had to tell router, okay, if you want to reach 192.168.20 network, please send it to this location. This
Yep.
file. So let's do that. So then our connectivity should be fine. If we are not mistaken anything.
Okay.
IP,
Let me
IP.
give me 1
Okay.
minute, okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, let me go the route. So our the destination is actually you can hear me, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 192.168, that is 20.0, and 255.255.255.0. And let me see the network. Okay, now this traffic should reach this place in order to access this network, the return traffic. Okay, so then let me go here, and this page is, I think, 172.16 something. Okay, that is 172.16 1.25. 172.16 1.25.
This is the router, right?
Yeah, router. This is out. This router, yes. Okay, let me see whether I can see the ping. Okay. Still not right. Let me get it again. 10.0.150. Oh, it's a problem. I thought actually my expectation was that it should resolve this problem, but let me see. Okay, so let me go back and see where did I do 20.0.172.16 1.254, right? 172.16 1.254. Let me go here. 172.16 1.254. And I have that interface 192.168.20.254, and we don't have any VLANs, and okay, why I can't see the ping? Okay, what I can do is I can just go this firewall. Actual scenario here. We have troubleshooting. I also have no idea why this is not working. Okay, let me go here and let me see the traffic the time, because I just want to confirm this is traffic is the current traffic. That is October, it's 2024. Let me go, and 2024. I can see this traffic going across to. Actually, now I'm actually troubleshooting. Not I also can identify why it's not working. Okay, trust to untrust 2050 and 10.0.150. Okay, let me see whether I'm getting the return traffic for this, because actually from the previous firewall we saw the return traffic. Oh, see, actually we don't see the return traffic. Byte receive 0. So that means actually because of that our firewall route, actually we don't receive. Let me tell you the actual issue should be within this location. In this location, because actually we are pinging from here to here and coming here. Actually we saw that traffic is receiving by this firewall, and also we saw that return traffic is sending to this firewall from by the host. And now then we put this route from here to here. So let me verify that route. Let me go to this firewall and the virtual router open. Static routes, and my network is sorry Jay, this is not 10, right? This should be 192.168.20.
Destination, yeah.
Yeah,
It should be the firewall
yeah, this is 20 network, right? Because
subnet.
the return traffic for this return, because actually the 10 network is anyway connected. See, we don't have to have a route here. See, 10 network is here. See, this is connected network. Actually, my intention should be, I should put this route, because actually this is the network. So I should put, okay, if you want to reach this 192.168.20 network, firewall, please send it to this location. So actually my mistake. So yeah, that's the actual troubleshooting, right? Okay, let me go here and put that route, virtual router, static routes. This is wrong. So that's how actually from the firewall, actually byte receive thing, actually it's a pretty much important here, right? Because it's a great statistic, or the great information that you can identify routing issues. Okay, and that is 192, let's say 192 net, and let's say 192.168.20.0/24. Okay, now this is fine.
Gateway is what?
Gateway is 192.168.1.254. That is my That is actually
That's
this place.
that's the router, right?
Router, yeah, this place. Because let me see. I think that is 192.168.1.4. Let me see the show IP interface. Interface brief. See, it's yeah, 1.2.4.
254.
Yes. Okay, let me okay. Now I think it should work. Okay. Okay. So then see now it's working. So actually now we have the connectivity. So what we can do is let me try to access my web page actually, because I can try using ICMP, but actually it's not that much makes sense because when it comes to packet capture actually okay, I need to do one thing. Let me go to my remote machine. Here, let me go to my server. Uh, Sudo nano. I forgot that actually. Sudo nano index.html. Actually, this one, right? Because actually, yeah, we have to have a form. We have to have form because otherwise, how can we submit this username and the password? Form name equals, let's say, test, and form action should be let's say same. We are not going to submit to any server-side language. We are just submitting to itself action, and the method should be equals let's say should be post, and we have post and get both, but yeah, I'm using post. Get means actually sending these variables uh, through the header variables through the header. Post means actually printing the body here. And sometimes you may know this form, and let me put the submit button because otherwise I can input type equals submit, and let's say value first. Let's say login, and name equals, let's say submit. This should be fine. Okay. Now let me go back to my machine. Okay. Now let me try that process. Okay. 10.0.100.50. Sorry. 10.0.100.50. What is this? The right thing because accept the risk. What is this? Oh God, this has a privacy idea, I guess. I'm sorry. One moment. One moment. I hit some other software. So let me type section. One moment. Not stop the privacy idea. One moment. Actually, this is a two-factor server. Stop for some other ones. Stop privacy. Stop it. Let me post this to HTTP. I think it's going to be redirected. Let me see whether I can post this to HTTP. So, all right, it's redirected. Okay, one. Privacy idea. But let's go here and say it will be paste. We have this privacy idea. Let me try to uninstall that. apt remove privacy. I would say privacy idea. So go. Yes. I'm just uninstalling that software because otherwise, I cannot have this web page. Okay, now let me see whether I can access HTTP my web page. Oh, good. What's that? Oh, it's HTTPS, right? New private window. 10.0.100.50. Okay. 10.0.100.50. Now it's redirected. What's that? Let me remove. Let me purge. Double dash purge. Okay, let me reboot. So where's your kid?
Hmm?
Are they sleeping? Your kids?
No. Oh yeah.
They're sleeping.
The first one received cane this evening.
Sorry?
I said I had to give the first one cane. I had to cane him. He was proving stubborn, so I had to beat him. So he has gone to sleep.
Wow.
He was making unnecessary noise. Crying.
Okay, let me. Yes. Yeah, same here. In my case.
Huh?
Yeah, in my case also the same. Okay, so let me try now. I didn't know that this software is there within this because actually one day I'll send you a recording or I'll do. Okay, now fine. Okay, now this is my web page. So what I can do is say I can start the packet capture, let's say from here and capture and my outside interface, let's say pass Ethernet 0
So
slash. Tell me.
all this connectivity is without the tunnel yet,
Yeah,
right?
without the tunnel. Yeah, without the
Okay.
tunnel. So I
From
just want
server
to,
to the client.
yeah,
What
client.
we're
Yeah.
trying to do over
Okay.
the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah. So, okay, now I just enable the packet capture. Okay, now this is capturing, right? So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to this client and I'm going, sorry. Let me do this. Let me put, let's say, name, and let's say my password. Okay, I just put the password and I submitted, right? And let me do 5 times, otherwise somewhat difficult to find it. Let's say, okay, I did 2 times, and let me go here and let me see. Let me stop the capture now. And okay, here I have this HTTP. You can see I have HTTP post. This is the post request, right? Okay, let me open that and let me go to, and you can see right here, this is the structure. We have the frame that is, this, layer 2, and this is, the frame. I'm sorry, yeah, that is the layer 1, sorry. And the layer
Database.
2, and this layer, the internet protocol, that's layer 4. This is a transmission control protocol, and this is
That's
the,
layer 4.
this is hypertext thing. Hypertext means the HTTP. And let me go to what I can do is I can just go here, close this, and I can go to analyze and follow TCP stream. And from here, actually, okay, I had to select it actually. So see, I think you can see, right? So let me get my this thing, my magnifier. See, see my password. This is the password. Yeah, see, actually, so that's the thing. Actually, from the internet, if someone is going to do a packet capture, actually they can see this traffic, right? They can even get my password using packet
Really?
capture.
Really?
Yeah, because actually, you enter my username and the password, and from then I did a packet capture within the router, so then I can see my password, username and the password. So this is the password. So because of that, actually, that's why actually we need this IPsec. So actually, we have other option that is SSL. So in that case, also we can do the encryption. But the thing is, actually, when it comes to IPsec, it's more secure, and also we have these site-to-site connectivity options. Because otherwise, normally what happens is SSL is like, it's on demand, right? We just go to the website and we can see the website. But IPsec tunnels, actually, it's a framework. Using that
Yeah.
framework, actually, we can have this connectivity. And now this is the scenario. So now I can go and enable the IPsec and see what happens when the IPsec is available. So actually, I'm doing this because this can make sense. Jay. Otherwise, if you are just configuring, I don't think so. And since time is not an issue here, I'm not limited to 2 hours. We can do this. Let me close it, and let me go to my firewall. Now I think we have this. I think this is configured, right? Okay, this is configured.
IPsec tunnel. Okay.
Okay, so then let me go to my second one,
Yeah.
and let me go to IK gateways.
Oh, we have not
And
done anything here. Both phase 1 and phase 2, right?
yeah, here this is my second firewall. Now here I'm going to configure my gateway, and
Yeah.
this is phase 1.
Yeah.
Let's say the same thing. You can put whatever the name, but let me see what is the uh, IK version I use. It's version 1. It's version 2. Okay. So this is the where this IPsec document comes to play. So in this case, let's say I'm some different organization. In this case, actually, in order to fill this, I need to get the IPsec document from this company. So this
Yeah.
is a different company. Then I can send a mail. Okay, please send me the IPsec information. So they are going to send me the phase 1 and phase 2 details. Okay, so then IK version 2. So then address interface is sorry. Interface. Okay, that should be this interface, I guess. Yeah, that is this IP. And then a peer address. Peer address is, let's say, that is peer address is 172, right? 172.16.1.254. That is my the firewall IP, I guess. Yes, yeah, yeah. 172.16.1.254. Okay, let me go here. 1.254. and then my pre-shared key. So that is only for the authentication. So after this, I'm going to do this certificate-based thing. Okay. Now, this is not important, but actually this is going to be important when we are using certificate-based. I'll show you then. Okay, now this is fine. And let me go to advanced options. And here I have to, I think we create a different profile here, I guess. IK gateways. Okay, yeah. No, we open it. Yeah, J phase 1. Let me go and see. This is IK crypto. That is me. Phase 1 proposal. Okay, I have to match with this. So let me create a new profile here. Crypto, I can create a profile from this interface as well. Okay, let's say, let me put, I'm just putting the same name, but you don't have to stick to that since we are just, you can just use whatever the name, no problem. Okay, so then let's say DH group, development for the key exchange, group 14. And let's say we are looking at the document, right? At this moment, we are looking at our IPSec document we received from our the vendor, the party, the party that we are building the IPSec. Okay, encryption is AES 256 CBC. Actually, we are looking at document, not the file, right? We pretend that we are looking at the document. Authentication is SHA-256. And then the lifetime, key lifetime, 8 hours. Okay. Okay. Okay, now fine. And okay. And then I'm just going to the phase 2 IPSec tunnel. And let's say it's IPSec. And the tunnel interface. I need to create a tunnel interface for this. And tunnel interface. And let's say this is number 2 interface. And the virtual router is, let's say, default virtual router. And security is on. Let me say, let's say this organization. Let's say this organization going to name it as, let's say, ban. Okay. Let's say ABC ban, because let's say they are having this IPSec tunnel with, let's say this file is from ABC ban. So they can put the ABC bank. Okay, this my zone is ABC bank. So now I know that this is ABC bank. So I put the name as ABC bank. Okay, now this is fine. We don't need an IPv4 address or advanced, nothing. Let me click OK. Now our tunnel is fine. And then IP gateway. The gateway we just created, this one. And the IPsec crypto profile. So then we have to match it. So let me cancel this and let me go to IPsec tunnels. Here and we use default, but the thing is, when it comes to, let's say, if the operating system is two different, PAN-OS versions are two different versions, so even the name is default the same, or the default profile, the algorithms can be different. Algorithms can be different. So let me see whether this is PAN-OS, because these are the practical problems. Because what happens is, okay, we think that, but the thing is, this happens if we are configuring with same organization, because otherwise they are sending it. But let's say you are configuring with the same, let's say your branch office, and you know that you just use the default profile, and here you are going to use the same default profile. But the problem is, if the PAN-OS versions are two different versions, so then the default profile algorithms may change, may differ. This is 11.02, and let me cancel this. And here are same. So then the default profile should be fine. Fine means you don't have to, most probably you don't have to check it again, because the same PAN-OS version. Anyway, let's check it. Let's say IPSec. And the tunnel interface too. And the IP gateway is this. And the default profile, okay? No proxy IDs. Let me click OK. Okay, anyway, let me check the default profile here. Because the phase 1 actually we match default profile. And here I told you, right? See, this is the IPsec protocol. ESP and AH, we have these two options. So only ESP is a protocol, only provides the encryption. Otherwise, no encryption. And this is the perfect for
the AH authentication order is just for Authentication and authorization.
Authentication means actually that is for integrity, because that means if something is going to be altered in the transit, so that can be identified by the remote end. But actually, H is not that much being used, because actually most of the cases IPsec we need is encryption, right? So, but that option is also available. And here, okay, I forgot to tell you this thing. So anyway, let me go this, go and view this one as well. Okay, it's same thing. Oh, but it has two different, right? Ah, no, same thing, same thing. Okay, new same thing. Okay, here, this is actually, this is the DH group. This is the perfect forward secrecy. You can remember, right? So I told you perfect forward secrecy means actually these firewalls are going to change the key time to time. So then if someone is going to capture the traffic for a long time, so if, at a given point of time, if he's going to identify the key, but he can decrypt the traffic, which is encrypted using that key only. But the overall traffic cannot be decrypted since we are using this option. Because otherwise you can just put the option no PFS. Actually, the main prohibitor of using this option is, let's say your firewall is a pretty much old firewall and it's a CPU is almost 99% exhausted. So then you should not use this, because actually this takes so much CPU resources in order to generate the key time to time.
Diffie-Hellman group, right?
Diffie-Hellman group, yeah. Diffie-Hellman group. Diffie-Hellman key exchange, actually. Because in Diffie-Hellman, we can actually two parties. When we have two parties, actually what we can do is actually the basic idea is, here we have two parties. Actually they are going to agree with the prime number. That's the basic idea. And using this number, actually they can generate the same key. It's like a magic what it happens. They can generate the same key without knowing about this key. So using this prime number, there's an algorithm using that this one and this one can generate the same key. So that is the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. It's a symmetric key, actually. Okay, so then and this is what you call. I told you that this you can tell the life size. So life size means you can tell this is one moment. This is lifetime, right? So lifetime means actually you can tell, okay, I just want to renegotiate the key after 1 hour. But and also you can tell, okay, even let's say if before reaching 1 hour, let's say we are going to send, let's say 1 GB of traffic, for example. So then please renegotiate. See, it says recommended life size is 100 MB. So that means 100 MB or greater. Because this is here. Because let's say if you are going to let's say you are going to put one kilobyte. So after every 1 kilobyte, this is going to generate a new key. So it's the firewall is going to be exhausted with this. So because of that, it says recommendation is life size should be 100 MB or greater. So let me keep open. Default life size is missing. Oh, what happened? Is not enabled, right? So let me finish. Not enabled. Life size is missing. Life size default. Life size is email. What is that? But I don't want this, right? Lifetime. I'm just. What is that? Operation problem. Cancel and save. By what happened? What was the default option? It was okay. It says MB and it's empty, right? So this is the default option. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, now. Wait. Oh no. I don't know why actually it's the first time explain. So what is the error? It says default life size is missing. Okay, it is I think by default it's enabled, right? So let me see this from here. Let me go this phase 2 details. Oh, it's disabled, right? Let me go here and see. Yeah, it is disabled. Right. Okay, and Okay. Before life size is life size, before life size is email. What's that?
Which one is life size?
Sorry?
Which one is life size?
Yeah, this is the life
Life
size. So
size.
life size means actually the number of megabytes or the gigabytes that should pass before a new key is generated or new key
Yeah.
is used. So let's say it's let's
Oh,
say
yeah,
100
yeah.
key. Yeah, that's the thing. But I should be able to why this is okay. What I can do is disable. Okay. I don't know whether this is something like this, or I'll show you because when it comes to this firewall, actually we have something, some certain things actually, those are, pretty much, I mean, some issues. I'll tell you one thing because let's say if you are going to create a rule, let's say you are putting the name A, this is fine. But let's say by mistake, if you are going to put a space, so it says an error. See, just put a space, but what happens is it should be omitted, right? It's a space, but it says error. So I don't know whether it is something like this here, but this is the first time actually I did experience this. Okay, anyway, else we can put because otherwise other environments should be configured. So let me do this. Let me go here and let me revert changes. I'm going to revert changes and let me revert it first. Let me see, and I can just configure. Okay, changes revert. And anyway, okay, gateway. Let me just quickly configure this. Check gateway. And this thing, okay, the interface. Just, I just want to see the reason. Okay, I okay, and the peer is below 172.16, 12454, and the T is squared 123, squared 123, and advanced options. Okay, this is okay. This is we use default. Oh no, we use a different one, right? Let me create it again quickly. Let's say JGW because I just want to see the reason for that. IK gateways and IK crypto. This is a phase one proposal because since I reverted back to the original config, I have created group 14. And group 14, the encryption is this A is 256 CBC. This is SHA-256. SHA-256. And this is fine, okay. And okay, that's fine. This is IPSec tunnel.
It's like the other one's 8-8. Is that 5-5?
Sorry?
It says 8-8. You go back to what we're doing.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Advance. Okay, that's 5-5. Okay. I thought I saw 8-8.
Okay, so then let me go to IPSec tunnels and let me configure the tunnel now. Let's say IPSec and tunnel interface. And I repeat it again because I reset it. And two, and let's say the default virtual router. And the settings on. Let's maybe ABC bank. Okay, and we don't need these things. Okay. And I had to check that why that we are getting this life size issue. Okay, default. We are using the default one. No proxy ID. So this is fine. Let me take out. Now this is fine. Let me commit. Okay, now we have both the but okay, no, cancel. Because I had to put the route. I forgot it. cancel. Okay. Let me go to virtual routers. And because when it comes to route-based VPNs, actually we have to put a route. In static routes, I have to tell so which
This is from remote.
yeah, which is a remote one. So let's say 10 but here I have already a route, so I can change it 192 network. And here I'm just sending it to the direct internet. So here I'm going to change it to my tunnel interface. My tunnel interface, that is my tunnel 2. And here we don't
router to tunnel interface. Okay. Yeah.
And here the thing is actually tunnel interface. And here, since we do not have next hop IP, we have to select none. Because when it comes to normal routing, we have to select the interface and the next hop, right?
Yeah.
When it
Yeah.
comes to the IPs channels, we don't have IPs here, so we are putting none. And click
So
OK.
in all IPSec is none.
Yeah, none.
Okay.
But only thing is when we are using routing protocols, actually, anyway, you don't have to put a static routes, right? In routing protocols, they exchange routes automatically. So in that case, they are putting a route automatically. But here, actually, next hop automatically. But here, you don't have to put anything. You have to select none. Okay, so then that is fine. So let me comment this first. Then we'll talk about roles. Okay, let me go back here and check whether we have this. I think we put a route here, right? And static routes. Oh, here we didn't put a route, right? We had to put a route. I was trying to put a route. Okay, here I'm going to, because we use this default route, but here I'm going to use a specific route. Let's say this is 10.0.100.0/24. I'm sorry, this is the name, right? Let's say 10net is the name. 10net. My destination is 10.0.100.0/24. And my interface should be my tunnel. I'm putting traffic into the tunnel. And the next stop should be none. This is none. Now, my both the firewalls, everything should be fine. So let's wait. And I'll show you how to establish this connectivity before sending the traffic. Because, as an administrator, you need to, or the network engineer, you should be able to check whether this is working fine.
Okay.
So in order to do that, let me log into the firewall using my, using this 100 and appearance, see, 20, okay. Okay, this is the firewall. Okay, this is now, so admin and the password. Okay, so here actually, you can use this command, test VPN. This is phase one, IKESA, and you can use question mark in order to see all the available gateways. Here we have, I think, J gateway, right?
All available gateway, right?
Yeah. Our gateway is JGW. Test VPN IKESA. IKE is Internet Key Exchange. The Security Association. So IKE means the phase one. IPSec means the phase two, because Internet Key Exchange protocol is used for the phase one. IPSec protocol is for the phase two. So here this is a phase one. I'm trying to.
Where is the gateway now?
Gateway is GW. This is my gateway. Yeah, I'm just trying to establish a connectivity. Let me go back here and let me see the this visually. You can see if it is up. See, it's red. Both are red, right? So let me go here and gateway, and I'm going to type J gateway. Now I'm going to enter, and then actually go to monitor and see. We can from the monitor we should be able to say whether this is up or not.
System.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, this is not up. It says the negotiation started, but actually we have an issue. Because here, if it is installed, we can see a message call. We install the key with lifetime of this much. But here, unfortunately, we have a problem. We have to check what's the problem. Let me go. Let me go here. And also visually, you can see from the network, I will see it's not up. We have problem. Actually, I can show you one important log here. So we can go to, we can say tail, Palo, yes, and MP log. I'll send you these commands and IKMGR. Using this log, actually, sometimes we should be able to see certain things. Let's see whether we have any problem here. What I can do is I can just, I can try to initiate. You can just put a hash mark, because otherwise sometimes you can't differentiate. You distinguish between these two initiations. So I'm putting it here, and then I'm going to duplicate this. and I'm going to log into Firewall again. Now